All right, guys, let's take a quick look at a Nivada Grenchen DepthMaster, the PacMan looking watch. Very cool, fun, vintage vibe to this thing, like all their watches in their lineup. Big thanks to my buddy Homer on the East Coast for sending this to me before it heads to my other buddy, John, on the West Coast. So I'm just playing middleman in that transaction. Hopefully meeting up with both those guys this year in different locations. But anyway, I just wanted to give them a shout out. So vintage vibe, obviously, in the looks and in the size. So 39 millimeter case on this thing, 47 lug to lug, 13 millimeter thick to the top of that single dome sapphire crystal with AR coating, 20 millimeter lug width here, and a 6.5 millimeter screw down crown, keeping that 100 Atmos depth rating, which is 1,000 meters, like insanely deep. Like I don't know why we need watches that depth rating, other than it's a dive watch and we expect dive watch specs. So helium escape valve on the left hand side, kind of necessary when you start reaching those ISO certifications, if that is what this one did. 120 click bezel, full steel bezel with a red inlay up to the 15 mark on this particular model. I say that because if you go to the website, which I'll put a link in the description below, there are a few different twists. They're not like full-on different colorways. They're just subtle differences, including the fact that this one Homer sent over with this bracelet. Now the leather strap that's on there, I think he put on there. I don't think that's a Nivada strap, but it was originally sent over with this bracelet, which has the rivets on there, and it has a fully stamped class 4 micro adjust. Oh, I just noticed that. Well, that's pretty slick. Good thing I was playing with this. So it has a stamped center part there. Actually, I think this is all stamped. So pretty like chintzy feeling bracelet, but that little trick up its sleeve is slick. I didn't know it did that. That's interesting. I've never seen it done that way, and maybe I'll see more of that. That's slick. So, but overall, actually a pretty cheap feeling bracelet. I know that's going to sound bad, but it's also, they easily could have went with a higher end bracelet, but they're trying to, I think, fully capture that vintage vibe, and some of that can be done in the bracelet. So I think that was their mission here with this particular thing, but that's kind of like a fidget toy. I can't stop doing that. Okay, enough about the bracelet. It works really good on this leather strap anyway. So price point, basically around $1,200-ish. Check the website, like I said, down below. According to the website, I'm assuming this one also has the same movement, but it should have a Soprod P024 automatic movement in there. Hacks, hand winds, all that good stuff. You just unscrew the crown, you can wind it, and then you pop it out one more position. You can hack the movement and adjust the time. Pretty standard operation there. So let's pop this on wrist. Before we do that, let's do a little bit of close-up here so you guys can get a closer look at that weird PacMan-ish font on there on the dial. You can see it's heavily cream type Lume application surrounded with white, which helps it pop, so it's more visible, that's for sure. And then you have a full polished handset, skeletonized balance on the seconds hand there. Seconds hand's kind of oversized for this handset, and it's like maybe 50% the size of the minute hand, so it can be a little tricky when you take a quick glance at it. You got to make sure you're paying attention and make sure you realize that seconds hand is sweeping and that's not the minute hand. Maybe it's just me, but it's like it's about the same size when you're just taking a quick glance, so you could mix that up. Hopefully you don't, but nevertheless, every watch has like weird little quirks. That could be one of them with this one. Swiss made, shock resistant, all that good stuff. Water resist, of course. It's a dive watch. So let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, so you can see what that looks like. I don't know, maybe you guys want to see it on bracelet too. Maybe I should put the bracelet on. I don't feel like it though. All right, there it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Of course, I can wear a 39 by 47. This one presents smaller because I've worn 39 by 47 watches, and it's all about the case shape. If you go with like more, I want to say traditional, but no case shape is like traditional in that sense. But if you go with more of a traditional case shape, then see, I don't know what size like this is. This is close to 39, but you can just see like the Oleg looks like a larger watch. Now it definitely has a longer lug to lug, but I don't know, it's something to do with this K-shape and the full metal bezel that makes it kind of present on the smaller side of things. But maybe that's the way you like it. Maybe that's your preference. Maybe whatever. If you like it, you like it. Don't let anybody else determine what should be on your wrist. It's your hard-earned money. You determine whether it lands on your wrist or not. So let me kill the lights. We'll check the lume. And then if you're interested in seeing it on Bracelet, I will put it at the very tail end of the video. It's going to take me a minute to figure that out, though. There's the lume. It's not great. The lume on the indexes are actually brighter than what's on the handset, which is usually the opposite for most watches that I've seen. But it's not terrible either. Like, it's definitely there, and my eyes are adjusting to the room, and I can clearly read the time. So it definitely has lume. I don't know how long it'll last, though. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. All right, and here it is on Bracelet. Again, the Bracelet is not amazing. It's not uncomfortable by any means. And it looks fine. It's just, I don't know. I'm probably being more hard on it than I really should be. It's that little trick there is actually pretty dope too. You know, if it expanded, it could potentially catch hair though when it releases. But I guess it feels like it fits the watch though too. The newer ones, this maybe is an older bracelet or something, but if you look at if you click the link down below, it does not have this bracelet, and I think I could warm up to this bracelet. I like it. I've never had a bracelet like this, so I'm not mad at it. So that just goes to show you, like, give watches and bracelets a chance. Don't just dismiss them initially like that. Like, give them a moment of your time, and you might be surprised. All right. Anyway, thanks.